The silence becomes unbearable.
Hey guys, and welcome to my brand new vodcast, Beyond the White Room. See what I did there? On this show, I'm going to be talking to an array of different characters. I've got singers, I've got sportsmen, I've got the list goes on. I don't want to ruin it now, but I've got a pretty good lineup here. These people that I'm talking to on this show have personally inspired me in the past and are killing it in their industry at the moment. On this podcast, we're going to keep it real. We're going to talk about the past. We're going to talk about struggles. We're going to talk about highlights in your life. We're going to talk about COVID. I mean, you can't ignore it. We cannot ignore the elephant in the room. So without further ado, let me welcome my first guest. This person is a very good friend to me. I've known him for a long time, since 2010. Well, I've known of him since 2010. I was a massive fangirl, and yeah, I actually met him a few years down the track. So we'll tell you all about that. We're going to talk about his past and, you know, what he's doing now. So let's do it. Let's welcome him in.
Taylor, how are you?
I'm doing very good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. You're actually my first guest. I'm so excited.
Far out. I'm so pumped. I miss you.
Oh, stop.
I
miss you.
It's
actually funny seeing you now. I'm like, oh, I feel like I just saw him yesterday. Like, it's been way too long since I've actually seen your face, but I still feel like we're as close as ever.
Well, we first met in Darwin, and I was performing at the V8 Supercars, Super 8.
V8
Supercars,
Supercars.
Yeah.
V8 Supercars.
There we go. Met you on the runway, and I was like, "Who is this lovely lady?" And then,
that's not how it went.
That is how it happened. Don't lie. You came up to
you know
me,
what? I've
like...
got photo evidence that is not how it happened, and I'm actually gonna put that on right now because, okay, I took this from your Instagram, and we were standing on the track, and I couldn't move. We weren't even allowed to move our eyeballs. And then I see you walk onto the track, and keep in mind, I'm a fangirl. Like, I wasn't allowed to move. And then you guys just stood there, like 2 meters away, like taking selfies with us in the background.
Is this me, Link? Is that right?
Yes, you and Lincoln.
Yeah,
sorry,
okay.
I just taking selfies with us in the background, and then we didn't meet until the after party. But yes, that's kind of how we met. Okay, for research purposes, I did go back and look at your audition, and it just brought back the memes, the feels. Like, I honestly had goosebumps. Yeah, okay. I was watching it this time round, and I was like, I've got goosebumps. Your voice, like, already before you even like went on the show, was already so incredible. I mean, so many people look back and they see their first performance, and they're like, wow, I've improved out of sight. But you already had so much range. I mean, had you had much experience before the show?
No, not really. Because see, Dad and I, we always loved music growing up. So Dad was an amazing singer-songwriter. And when it came to just, I guess, you know, just singing vocally, like we had no technique. Like, Dad would just sing in the kitchen, and I'd just sort of hear it down the hall, and I'd be like, that sounds all right. I might just go join him. And then I'd just grab a guitar, and we would just work things out and just play. And you know, I remember, like, even at school, like, I didn't even do music subjects. It was all just design and technology. It was, I was like, I loved mathematics. I always wanted to be a mathematics teacher. That's what I wanted to do. I know. And then that didn't work out. So I fell back on music. So
what about with guitar? Did you teach yourself or?
Yeah. So yeah, I've never had a lesson with guitar, but the thing is, some people go, oh, wow, that's so, like, how did you never have a lesson? But, like, we're pretty lucky to be in, like, how we live now, because if I want to learn a song, like, I can literally just look up on my phone straight away. You know, I can find so many tutorials or just people that I like and take a little bit from that. And I think, oh, that sounds really nice. Or I love where he went with I love her falsetto. You know, so there's so much out there for you to learn. That's and because I just was so hungry to play, and music was just so important to me. You know, it really was like a hidden little talent before I went on a show.
Obviously on that stage, there's like the lights, there's the audience, there's so much. Like, was it really overwhelming?
It's definitely overwhelming because, like I said, Dad and I, the only thing the biggest crowd we played in front of was probably in our kitchen. Like we didn't do gigs or anything like that. You know, I never went out and performed anywhere. You know, we just played at home and once I went on, once I went on Australia's Got Talent, I just thought, you know, oh, wow, like I really enjoy this. Like I can. But when you're young, you get this idea of this is what I want to do. But, you know, I'm 27 now. Like I was 16 when I went on Australia's Got Talent. And then I went on X Factor, like when I was 20. So I've been doing it full time since I left school. And that's paid for everything. So I was very lucky. Like I've worked really hard at always practicing and always like working on my songwriting or thinking I'm going to tour here and I'll travel here or I think I'll release this album and we put a lot of work behind it, but you never know. Like the industry is it can be very like up and down, you know. But I've definitely had some hard times, like where, you know, it's not all just you don't go on a show and then you come off and think your life's just going to fall into place. Like there's been some really tough times as well, but that's the beautiful thing about it is that when you are faced with a challenge, it really comes down, do you love doing this or not? Like it's like anything, whether it's music or someone wants to do something else for their career. If they love it, if this is really what they want to do, then, you know, you're going to, whatever comes at you, you're just going to go for it and challenge yourself and take it by the horns and go full steam ahead. Yeah.
Well, you just answered probably 3 of my questions back to
questions.
back. You really did, honestly, and I've got them numbered down, and yeah, you did that all for me. So thank you very much. I don't even need to be here, but yeah, I mean that's what I was gonna like say. So there obviously was, you know, with highs there is lows, and it's not for someone to think it's just a walk in the park and it just you want to show you came off and that's what happened.
Yeah.
Would be, you know, absurd, but like. You know, you said you've got to take it like the bull by the horns, but what was like your driving force, like that just kept you going and going and going? Was it just your love and passion, or was there anything else?
I guess when it comes to just like perseverance, like when you're just wanting to keep pushing, because the thing is, like when I got off the show, I was very lucky. Like I got signed to Sony Music. I was signed for 4 years, and we had, you know, every album I brought out I've been like, it's crazy even just saying this, but like. I've only brought out 2 albums, but they've both gone to number 1.
Yeah.
We had number 1 singles. It was like, but the thing is, when that happens to you, and that's my first taste of being in the music industry, when it's like, as soon as you release something and it doesn't work the way you thought it would, like when you realize not everything you touch turns to gold, you get a nice slap in the face of reality. Yeah. And that's when, you know, like I realized, you know, this isn't going to be the easiest, you know, because I had a great few years there where everything was, you know, at the top but it really shows your character and how you actually go about it when you're not so close to the top anymore. And to answer your question is why I keep going is why the hell did I audition in the first place? It's because I love music. It's because I love music. I love to sing. I like to write songs, and that's what makes me feel good. Like that's what makes me feel good. That's my happiness. And you know, and I've been really lucky. Like, you know, last year I'd never toured so much. Like,
yeah, I did see that. I followed very closely.
Yeah, we had a bunch of shows. So there was the 18 tour, which was kind of like we just tried it. It's like I'm saying. It's like when you say to me, how do you persevere? And we just thought, well, I've done shows, my own shows, and that was really fun. Like I will always do them. But I thought, let's just try something different. I've seen other artists do like a tribute show, or they've thought, let's just try something different. So I did. And it went really well. I was really nervous. I like when I first started, I used to always have a band, and it got smaller and smaller. And it got to the point where now it's just me on guitar and I just have a piano player or or a guitarist. So it's just two of us.
Is that
And
Josh, or is that his name?
There's Josh.
Yes.
Yeah, there's Josh. There's Josh. But
do
I've
pay
got a few
attention.
of them now. Yeah, Josh is good. You should come on the road with. You know more about my touring schedule than I do. So.
The last tour you were doing, you had to cut that short, right, because of COVID. You were 4 shows in,
I did.
So what's happening with
You've
that?
done your research. You're good. So I was 4 shows in, yeah, and so this year I had a lot of things booked. We had over 40 shows booked, and that was for both my own shows. So I had a new single coming out, which I've had to like postpone because he lives in Melbourne, because I'm in stage 3 restrictions right now, and they're in stage 4, so they can't even leave their house if they're like, unless it's for groceries. Unless it's for groceries or to work out, and that's it. You're only out for one, and that's one person per household. So it's very hard for me to kind of just do any recording. That's what I've been trying to learn. So I was going to release a song called Lucky, and it's one of my favorite songs. I toured it for years, and I toured a bunch of different songs, and that was one song that just got like after every show, I'd always get heaps of messages from people just going like, Lucky, you got to release Lucky, please release Lucky. So I sort of listened to that. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And I was so close to getting. I need to go up to Melbourne like one more time, but just to finish it off. But I have to wait now. So so apart from that was postponed. Like every single gig I had for the year, everything was postponed, rescheduled, cancelled. So this year, I'm just kind of like a bit of a homebody, and I'm just learning different skills, and I'm writing a lot. So
well, that's good. Yeah. Well, writing. Actually, the other day, I don't know if you remember this, but you told me that you were writing a new song.
I was. Yes.
Can you give us a snippet, or is that too much to ask for?
I can. Yeah. Why not? I can. It's not very it's about the pandemic actually. So.
Okay, fantastic.
It's very slow.
It's okay.
Should I give it a try? Okay, so
yeah, give it a go.
This is called yeah, go for it.
So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
It's very slow. It's very slow, but I just wrote it when I was just a little. I was just thinking about everything that was going on, and so this is called Amen. I don't know the answer. I guess no one does. Can't promise we'll find them and fix what once was. We can't get back yesterday. Somehow we will find a way to pick up the pieces and move on. The world won't forget the fire in your eyes, a cross made of stars, and every sunrise. When all has been said and all has been done, your memory, my friend, will always live on. The world won't forget. Amen. 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 The world won't forget. Amen. 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 Thanks. Yeah, I haven't sang that one anywhere before, so there you go. You're welcome.
Here, it's first.
Yeah.
We're the best of the best.
When I write a song now, I just want to record them and then release them. So, because I'm an independent artist now, so I can really do whatever I want, which is really exciting. I've got a nice little team around me, but I don't have a label anymore. So it just sort of means if I write a song and if I want to release it, I can. And there's no like, what do you think of this song? And then they're like, no. And then you're like, okay, I'll go and write more. So that can be the hard thing with being with a label.
So, I mean, you know, once going back onto the whole COVID thing, once we are able to, you know, move around freely and safely, are you gonna, you know, resume tour? What's the plans?
I am basically as soon as I'm allowed to go out, I'm just gonna I want to perform to anyone and everyone. And the great thing about my manager and me is if I'm like, he'll just go to me, where do you want to go? Where do you want to tour? I go, let's go to, I want to go, you know, I'll be like Adelaide, Perth, Darwin, let's go to Tassie, let's do Sydney, let's do the Gold Coast, I can say, let's go right up down the coast there. Let's do all of Victoria. Let's do regional Victoria. Like, you know, and we just do it. That's how we've been doing it. That's why I really enjoy this, because if I want to perform somewhere, I just go, let's just try it. Let's just go there, perform and see how it goes. So, and I think like it's a bit scary because you think people are going to be a bit nervous, but I also think people are going to be so keen to actually get out and do something. At the moment, I'm writing songs. I'm just about to put my merch line up online, which is really cool. So
do you want to
see one of my jump? You want to see a jumper?
Yeah, I want to see a jumper. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Only if you're sending it to me. Yeah. Great minds think alike.
Yeah. I'll send you this jumper, okay? You have to tell me, just shoot me a message afterwards. But this is it's actually really comfortable, right? So the other day I had one of these in the car and I thought, it was freezing. It was freezing. And the only thing I had was this jumper, and I thought, can I really wear my own merch outside? But then I did, and it actually was really comfortable. So this is it. So it's like a little
looks
hoodie.
Really comfy. Oh,
so
I love that.
But it's and moving on is like a song that I wrote. I actually wrote it with Dean Lewis.
So you said you found that in your car, by the way. That just reminded me of something. Your car. No.
Yes.
Okay. Look,
where are we going with this?
I wanted to ask you. Okay. Everyone knows my dog is Boris, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's like 8 or 9 years old. He's, you know, and your car's how old? 3?
Probably like 2 years.
2,
3 years, yeah.
And what's your car's name?
Boris.
Okay.
I've always wanted to call it Boris, okay? Whenever I've had a car, I'm like, but when people think, what do you call it? I think Boris. Like, of course you're going to call a car Boris. It's just like a funny,
What, even 8 years ago?
Are you trying to tell me that I stole the name from you? That's not it. No, you stole it from me.
No, you definitely
You saw my car and I told you it was Boris and you're like, yeah, I'm going to call my dog that. That's what's going to happen.
I'm just going to rename my dog. All right. Well, thank you, Taylor, so much for taking your time out to talk to me. I've enjoyed having you so much. I've got one request to take us out. Did you want to sing us your song, Lucky?
I can. Do you want me to?
I would love it, just to take us out. Okay. Yeah.
All right. I'll give you a little something. But thank you so much for having me. I'm lucky I've got you to help to get me through when my world is falling down, 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 down. I've got nothing to lose. I'm lucky I've got you. I'm lucky I've got you. Lucky I've got you.